Andrew, it was lovely to see a video yesterday. So far, while at uni, I've managed to avoid those crises which you speak of. I definitely did get them more towards the end of sixth form, where I was like, should I be applying to do computer science or should I be on engineer's course? Because I was really enjoying media and I was like, well, maybe I want to continue doing this sort of thing. For me, usually it's relatively easy to see why I'm on my course. While it's not strictly speaking relevant, I mean, yesterday morning I woke up, first thing I did was I watched a 15-minute video on an Intel Xeon based computer which had two 36-core processors and two Titan X's in one build, and I was like, my mind was blown by that. 64 gigs of RAM. What fucking nerd. But I mean, that's what interests me. I'm very excited by this like technology. I think it's exciting that we have this sort of processing power. I think it's going to bring us like so far. It's going to change our lives so much, and it has. That's the point where I'm just like, well, I'm in the right industry. I mean, while IT and computer science aren't the same thing, I don't work with hardware on my daily course. The right industry, it's what I find exciting and it's the way I think we'll move forward. Don't even try and say that you're not interested in TV. And if you're doing what you love, then how could you possibly be on the wrong course? It's important to note that TV production's a very stressful course. Or so I'd imagine. I'm basing this off my experiences in media. I have group projects. I had one module which was completely group project this year, and that went okay, but that's because it was sustained. We did work on that 3 times a week. We'd have 6 hours 3 times a week. We'd just sit down and we'd do some work, and maybe we'll be productive, maybe we wouldn't be productive, but it was over the course of 12 weeks, which was stressful over 12 weeks, but it was over 12 weeks. Your course, however, you've got 1, maybe 2 days where if those days fuck up, you're fucked. If you fuck up the shoot, then what can you say? You can't just fix it all in post-production. That's not how it works. And that's a lot of stress. There's something going wrong on the shoot day. Of course, you're going to have a little bit of a meltdown. I know during media I had numerous. Respect for you to keeping that internal. I would flip the fuck out. And yeah, I get why you'd be like, why am I doing this? But it's much better to be stressed about something you actually like than to be stressed about something that you don't. Let's say you took a different course. You didn't take TV production. Let's say you took economics. You'd still be stressed because there are exams. Economics isn't an easy course. But you'd be stressed over something that you don't love, and it would just be so demotivating. And if there's one thing that nobody could ever argue with, it's that you are passionate over things, and one of the things you are passionate over is definitely media, TV, films, stuff like that. That's your zone. So what do I do in case of crisis? I think what I was like at school when I was studying stuff that I just didn't give a fuck about, and then think, I could be doing that still. I could be doing something where I don't give a rat's ass about what the content is, and it would still be stressful, and I'd be even more fucked. And you're a funny person. I don't feel like you need me to tell you that. I think you do know that, and I think that you know you are in the right field. It's just sometimes you get stressed, and everyone gets stressed, and that's okay. But I'm going to leave that there for now because I want to move on to another topic, which is gossip. Angela, you are a fucking gossip, and you've turned me into a fucking gossip. But I want to talk about gossip about ourselves. I've heard quite some gossip about myself in my lifetime. I've heard that I've dated people I haven't dated. I've heard that I got someone pregnant, and I've heard that I never wear any underpants. Possibly the most mundane piece of gossip I heard about myself is that I did product GCSE. Let me justify that as gossip. Back in secondary school, in year 10, Kai said to me, Dirty, why are you in some special-ass product design class where there's only 4 or 5 people? Because there was a product design class with only 4 or 5 people in my year. But I said to Kai, I don't do product design. He goes, yes you do, don't lie. I was like, no, I don't do product design. I don't like that, no. And it took me about 5 minutes to convince him that I don't do product design. So no, I've realised in post-production that I didn't actually make it very clear in the story why this counts as gossip. It's because it's obvious someone was talking about me without me being there or me roughly being relevant to their lives in any way, shape or form. But the interesting thing about gossip is usually when I hear it about myself, it's fairly inaccurate, or it's something that I don't necessarily want people to know, and I think that's quite a gossip factor. If someone doesn't want people to know it, well, that makes it 10 times more interesting. I was recently told by somebody that they were told something about me, and I was like, well, that's true. Is that gossip? Am I gossip? Is this what I am? I've become gossip. The gossip was no secret. So I just didn't figure it would be gossip. And when someone that I didn't really know was talking about me, I was sort of like, Am I gossip? I don't know. I find that really weird. Where's the line between something just being a thing and gossip? If I told you that I have bran flakes every morning, I always start the morning with bran flakes, and then you were talking about cereal with someone else, and you brought up my friend always has bran flakes, he always starts his day with bran flakes, is that then gossip? Do I go to lectures and basically hear the gossip on computer science? It's such a weird concept that we need to know extraneous information about other people's lives. The thing is, I can't explain it because I do it too. Like, I love to know the gossip and I love to know what's happening with people, but I can't say why. Maybe it's just kind of interesting because it gives you an insight into their life, or maybe it's just because it kind of reaffirms things about yourself, like, oh, that person broke up, I'm not the only one that will be alone forever. Where is this line between gossip and knowledge? I don't know, I want to know. So I want you to tell me, what's the most interesting piece of gossip you've heard about yourself, and what's your opinion on gossip? Why do we do it? And any other interesting thoughts? So I look forward to seeing your guys' videos. Goodbye.